Hello my friends, I'm Kathy. Today's video is going to be about some of the most beautiful libraries in the world. If you've been following Library Hunter, you know I've made plenty of videos about the libraries I've actually visited in person. But today, I want to share something a little bit different. 5 incredible libraries that are still on my dream list. And I have to say this right away. There are so many beautiful libraries around the world that it feels almost impossible to only pick 5. My wish list is much longer, so think of this as the first episode in what could be a whole series. If you would like me to keep going in this series, let me know in the comments. Number 5, Edmund Abbey Library, Austria. If there's such a thing as a baroque fantasy library, this is it. Built in 1776, Edmund Abbey Library is the largest monastery library in the world. Its main hall holds more than 200,000 volumes, under the ceilings painted with soaring frescoes. Here's a fun fact. Those frescoes were painted by an Austrian baroque painter when he was in his 80s. Imagine being almost 85 years old and still climbing scaffolding to create a masterpiece like this. That kind of dedication is inspiring in itself. And another detail I want to mention here, hidden in the library's collection are medieval manuscripts from hand-painted illustration. They're so intricate that they have been compared to jewels. And despite a devastating fire in 1865 that destroyed much of the abbey, the library part miraculously survived. To me, the library isn't just beautiful, it's a survivor. Number 2, the Library of Congress, Washington D.C. This one is the holy grail of American book lovers. Founded in 1800, the Library of Congress is the largest library in the world. The collection is so staggering, more than 170 million items, from manuscripts and maps to sound recording, photographs, and of course millions of books. The jewel of the library is the Thomas Jefferson Building. Imagine marble staircases, gilded mosaics, stained glass windows, and ceilings painted like a Renaissance palace. And here's the fun fact, anyone over 16 can actually get a reader card for the Library of Congress. Just imagine pulling out the card from Library of Congress and say, "Oh, I'm going to the Library of Congress to read today." That could be a bookworm's bragging dream. I have seen this library pop up on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest posts. No book lovers can resist it, and of course, neither can I. Number 3, Stuttgart City Library, Germany. Now we jump to bold minimalism. The Stuttgart City Library in southern Germany was opened in 2011. From the outside, it looked like a perfect cube, glowing like a lantern at night. But the real magic happens when you step inside. Everything is white. The walls, the staircases, the balconies, so that the only colors come from the books themselves. Natural light pulls down from a skylight, giving the space an almost heavenly glow. It feels almost infinite, futuristic, and surreal at the same time. The library holds over 500,000 books, but it's also become one of the most photographed libraries in the world. Here's a fun fact. The library was inspired by an ancient Roman tomb. The architect On-Yu wanted to make this to feel like a sacred space for books, almost like a temple. With that stunning modern architecture and unique inverted pyramid design, it is apparently one of Stuttgart's most photographed buildings, a favorite motif on Instagram and other social media channels. Every angle looks like a piece of modern art. What I love is how completely different it feels from older libraries. No painted murals, no gilded statues, but it's incredible in a totally new way. Stuttgart Library proves that libraries can still reinvent themselves, daring and beautiful in the 21st century. And here's number 2, the George Peabody Library at Baltimore. Now this one is special. I actually visited the Peabody Library a few years ago, but it was before I became a YouTuber. So although I have seen it with my own eyes, I never got a chance to capture it on video. Honestly, that feels like an unfinished adventure. The Peabody Library opened in 1878 and is often called the Cathedral of Books. Its central atrium soars 61 feet high, with 5 tiers of ornate iron balconies stacked with more than 300,000 volumes. When the sunlight filters down, the whole space glows golden. It's dramatic, elegant, and timeless, like stepping into the grand 19th century dream. And today, it's not just a library, it's also one of the most popular wedding venues in America. Couples literally get married surrounded by the 19th century books. Imagine your wedding photos with those balconies behind you. That could be unforgettable. And the fees from those event venues go right back to supporting the library's collections and programs. Although the George Peabody Library is part of the Johns Hopkins University, the collections have always been open to the public, honoring George Peabody's vision of a library for all the free use of all persons who desire to consult it. That sense of generosity is built right into the foundations. I can't wait to revisit with my camera so that I can finally share its magic with you. And finally, we come to one of the history's greatest mysteries. The ancient library of Alexandria was said to hold hundreds of thousands of scrolls from across the ancient world before it vanished. This was a true attempt to gather all human knowledge in one place. Unfortunately, due to a mysterious destruction, whether by fire, war, or centuries of neglect, it has become the history's greatest symbol of lost wisdom. In 2002, Egypt unveiled a modern tribute on the Mediterranean coast, the Bibliotheca Alexandrina. The building itself looks like a rising sun leaning toward the sea, with massive stone walls inscribed with letters from more than 100 different writing systems. Inside, it has shelf space for up to 8 million books, along with museums, galleries, and even a planetarium. Here's a fun fact. Thanks to a huge donation from the French National Library, it holds one of the largest collections of French language books outside France. And in partnership with the Internet Archive, it also preserves billions of web pages and digital records, whole slices of the Internet, frozen in time. For me, one day visiting the Bibliotheca Alexandrina wouldn't be just about seeing a modern landmark. It will feel like stepping into a legend reborn, a second chance at one of humanity's greatest dreams. So there you have it, 5 incredible libraries that are still on my dream list. From Austria's baroque abbey halls, Washington's monumental collection, to Germany's glowing modern cube, and Baltimore's Victorian Cathedral of Books, and finally, Egypt's legendary rebirth of Alexandria. Each one shows a different face of what a library can be. But honestly, there are so many beautiful libraries in the world, and it's almost impossible to only pick 5. My wish list is much longer. So if you like this topic, I would like to make this into a series of episodes sharing even more libraries from around the globe. Tell me in the comments if you'd like to see that, and which library you would teleport to first. And don't forget to subscribe for more Library Hunter adventures. One day, I hope I will be standing in these exact spaces, filming them for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye! Let me try to pronounce correctly. Bibliotheca Alexandrina. And here's number 1, the Bibliotheca Alexandrina.